I don't have a warrant.
You're very wrong.
Unless you're a sworn officer.
Watch this. Would you like to see the registration, sir?
Break, you're harassing me at this point. I'd like to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen our confident boys in blue get a surprise lesson? Just think of an officer. I've got this. Who thinks he's cornered a regular Joe, but surprise, it's an FBI agent. Get ready for the tales of mistaken identities, chuckles, and unforgettable police bloopers. Ready for some FBI-sized face bombs? Let's go. South Sudanese FBI agent arrested. So let's kick off with our first case. It was a day like any other in the busy city. Birds chirping, people going about their business, and officer. Eagle Eye, Eddie and his sidekick, Deputy. Nose for news, Nick patrolling the streets, ready to serve and protect. Spotting a South Sudanese man enjoying his day, Eddie nudged Nick. Looks suspicious, doesn't he? Nick, always eager to jump into action, nodded. Let's check him out.
You're fucking harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not.
Okay, if you're not, then
No.
you're not free to go. Okay.
Oh, am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
Because I think you have a warrant.
You think?
Yeah.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think?
All right. Stand up with your hands behind.
I'm not. For what? I don't have a warrant.
You're very wrong.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong? You're wrong. You're wrong.
We're not going to play this game. Stand up.
Hold on. No. Hold on. You guys are not going to try to manhandle me. I'm not under arrest.
Roaming over with all the confidence of a cat spotting a mouse, Eddie boomed. Excuse me, sir, mind if we have a word? The man, looking up with a calm expression, replied, Of course, officers. How can I help? But before he could say more, Nick, ever the impatient one, interjected, You fit a description. Know anything about that? The man raised an eyebrow, his calm demeanor unshaken. Description of what? An FBI agent enjoying his day off? With a smirk, he handed over his ID. The color drained from Eddie's face faster than water down a drain. Nick, he whispered, I think we've made a tiny mistake.
You guys really had nothing else to go to college for but be a cop and harass me? To assume I'm somebody I'm not? My ID's in my back pocket. Watch how funny this is. Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh, what does that say?
Squinting at the ID, gulped. FBI? The realization hit them like a ton of bricks. They had just confronted an FBI agent, accusing him of, well, they weren't even sure themselves. As the two officers stumbled over their words, trying to salvage the situation, the man coolly said, I'd like to speak to your supervisor. And just like clockwork, Sergeant, save the day. Sam arrived, having heard the commotion. Gentlemen, he said, looking at Eddie and Nick with a mix of amusement and exasperation. I think we owe this agent an apology. And now, for a quick legal lesson, here's our resident expert. Hey, Larry, mind shedding some light on this?
Yeah, let's get into racial profiling. It's when law enforcement targets based on race, not evidence. Unjust and against the 14th Amendment. Officer Eagle Eye, Eddie, time for a legal refresher.
Dispute over red and blue lights on a car. It was a typical evening when Agent Andy decided to take his unique vehicle, equipped with red and blue lights, for a spin around town. Little did he know, he'd soon be the star of a comedy show, courtesy of officers. By the book, Benny Ann. Can't see straight, Cindy.
Anything you say can and will be used in the court of law. If the right doctor and attorney have been present with you prior to any questioning, if you wish one. Sure. If you cannot afford one will be provided to you by the courts.
As Andy cruised down the boulevard, Benny and Cindy's eyes locked onto the flashing lights of his car. Hold up. Is that? No way. A civilian with emergency lights? Exclaimed Cindy, her eyebrows shooting up in disbelief.
You're in cuffs, okay? Is per NRS. Unless you're a sworn officer. I know in Nevada you guys do. Yeah, you're not allowed to have red and blues. Sure.
Benny, ever the stickler for rules, signaled for Andy to pull over. With a sigh, Andy stopped, already anticipating the upcoming drama. Good evening, officers. Lovely night, isn't it? He greeted with a smirk. Benny, not one for pleasantries, got straight to the point. Why do you have emergency lights on your car? You some kind of wannabe superhero? Andy chuckled. No, officer. I used to be a task force officer with the FBI. These lights are remnants of those days. Cindy, squinting at Andy, added, but your car isn't registered under any government agency. Andy, with the patience of a saint, replied, "It's a covert vehicle. You know, for undercover operations."
Work for the FBI at one point?
I've contracted with the Department of Justice and the FBI. Contractor for Southwest Gas.
For Southwest, so that's like
That's
your
here, yeah.
That's your primary job.
Yeah, it's my part-time job, and I have my own cybersecurity company.
The officers exchanged glances, clearly out of their depth, but Benny, not willing to back down, decided to flex his authority. "Step out of the vehicle. We need to search for you." Andy, raising an eyebrow, retorted, "On what grounds? My dazzling charm?" As the situation teetered on the edge of absurdity, a crowd began to gather, smartphones at the ready. Whispers of, "Is that Agent Andy?" and "Those officers are in for it," filled the air. Oh boy, talk about a comedy of errors. Larry, enlighten us on the rules about those flashy lights.
Thanks for the spotlight. So, here's the deal. Civilians can't usually have red and blue lights. Exceptions? Undercover vehicles. Agent Andy, he's good. Officers Benny and Cindy, back to traffic duty.
Dispute at the Muscogee County Jail. The Muscogee County Jail, bursting at the seams with inmates, resembles a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy. Officers lined up outside, each waiting for their turn to book suspects, tapping their feet impatiently. The sun beat down and tempers flared. Enter Deputy. "I'm too important." Dave, who decided that waiting wasn't for him.
Hey, Snipes, they're still denying us.
God bless America. They won't let us in.
They won't let y'all in. They won't let me in.
Hmm?
Ain't that right?
Nah, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate complaint.
That might look good. A mean bun. Go at home. Boom. Out of there.
Central, SB1, please.
Lieutenant Nesser about to get a complaint. 100%. That is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
With a swagger that would make a peacock jealous, Dave strutted past the line, cutting straight to the front. "Officer, wait your turn." Wendy wasn't having any of it. "Hey, back of the line, cowboy," she shouted, pointing dramatically. But Dave, with a smirk, replied, "Sheriff's orders, deputies first." The atmosphere grew tense. Whispers spread like wildfire. "Did he just? The audacity! Someone get the popcorn!" Before long, Dave's car was blocked in by Columbus patrol vehicles, turning the scene into a full-blown standoff.
Don't yell it, don't start yelling. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm gonna file a complaint.
That's fine. That's fine. Good, how are you? Tell, y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time, SO and GSP has priority.
So, SO has priority even
GSP,
though...
and then you guys. I mean, this is beyond my control, I don't have anything, so don't yell at me. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm gonna bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
Officers squared off, some even threatening to arrest their colleagues. It was like watching a schoolyard brawl, but with badges. Just when it seemed like an all-out brawl would ensue, in came the Columbus Police Captain, Peacekeeper, Pete, with an air of authority that silenced the crowd. "Enough," he boomed. "We're officers of the law, not children in a sandbox." With a few stern words and pointed glares,
And he runs the jail, so.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the call because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game. It ain't because of me, man. I got nothing to do with that. Sarge, I got nothing to do with that in there. It ain't my goddamn call. It's between the sheriff and the guy that works over there. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Move the goddamn car, or I'm gonna move the myself.
Captain Pete managed to defuse the situation, reminding everyone of their duty to the community. The joys of bureaucracy. But hey, let's get a legal perspective on this jailhouse rock. Larry, what's the legal lowdown on this?
Ahoy there. So, processing prisoners has an order, usually by crime severity, not badge rank. Officers must follow protocol. No cutting. Muscogee officers? A jailhouse etiquette class is due. Remember, it's about justice.
Detained FBI agent with covert vehicle. On a sunny afternoon, officer. Trust issues. Tommy was on his usual patrol when he spotted a car that didn't quite fit the mold. A vehicle registered to a wiring company? Now that's fishy, he thought. Pulling the car over, he approached with a swagger only a cop with a chip on his shoulder could muster. Inside the car was Agent Alex, a man with a calm demeanor and a twinkle of amusement in his eyes. "Good day, officer. Is there a problem?" he inquired politely. Tommy, puffing up his chest, replied, "This vehicle's registered to a wiring company. Care to explain?" Agent Alex, suppressing a chuckle, responded, "It's a covert vehicle, officer. I'm with the FBI." He presented his credentials, but Tommy, ever the skeptic, squinted at them. "How do I know these aren't fake?"
Advanced wiring company.
Do you work for a wiring company?
It's a covert vehicle, sir.
Okay. One who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number?
I can't give that information.
I ain't saying he can't tell me how he got my information.
Would you like to see the registration, sir?
I don't really want anything from you at this point. My supervisor's on the way.
Excellent.
"And why did you call me earlier?" Alex sighed. "I was trying to reach out for a different matter. But trust me, these credentials are as real as your skepticism." Despite Alex's attempts to cooperate, Tommy's suspicion only grew. "I'm detaining you for uncooperative behavior," Tommy declared, a hint of triumph in his voice. As the situation escalated, Alex began to feel unwell.
On 911, call. I need a medical attention right now. Enlightening.
Started complaining of shortness of breath, vision loss.
"I need medical attention," he gasped, clutching his chest. Tommy, realizing the gravity of the situation, called for an ambulance. As paramedics attended to Alex, Tommy tried to justify his actions to bystanders. "He seemed suspicious. I had to act." "Oh, Tommy," always jumping the gun. "But hey, want a legal perspective on this?" "Hey, Larry, what's the deal with detaining someone based on a hunch?"
Officers can stop you on suspicion but need probable cause to detain or arrest. Basically, they need solid evidence, not just a hunch. Know your Fourth Amendment rights and stand firm.
Mac Proctor's parking predicament. Here is Mac Proctor, just your average Joe, trying to grab a quick bite on his delivery shift. He's parked in a private lot, not exactly in a designated spot, but hey, he's just running in for a second. Enter officer. "I've got too much time on my hands." Hank, who seems to think he's stumbled upon the crime of the century. Officer Hank, with a glint in his eye, approaches Mac. "Violation of parking rules, Mr. Proctor." Mac, a bit taken aback, responds, "Everything okay, officer?" Hank, sensing an opportunity to flex his authoritative muscles, retorts, "Do I need to answer any of your questions?" Mac, ever the calm and collected individual, replies, "Can you just wrap things up so I can carry on?"
I'll give you a break on it, but you know what I'm saying? This isn't a parking spot, okay, dude?
You're not giving me a break. You're harassing me at this point. I'd like to leave. May I leave now, please?
Well, do you understand?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right. So do you understand why I stopped you?
Do I need to answer any more of your questions?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Now, here's where things get spicy. Officer Hank, perhaps not used to someone knowing their rights, mistakes Mac's calm demeanor for anger. "What's with the anger, dude?" he asks. Mac, probably wondering if he's on some hidden camera show, responds, "I'm not angry. Just want to move things along."
Mr. Proctor, can I just give you your stuff so you can leave?
Can you?
I can, but you're the one. I would have let you go a long time ago.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can leave?
I'll give it to you right now. I just want to know that, you know, say you're okay, because usually I don't get people all this.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can be on my way?
You're okay.
I don't need to answer any of your questions.
Hey, there we go again. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to say that...
You're trying to display your power to me right now.
I'm concerned about it. Is there a problem to be concerned about another human being?
The back and forth continues, with Mac repeatedly asserting his rights and Officer Hank seemingly baffled by someone who won't just roll over. At one point, a concerned bystander chimes in. "Hey, Mr. Proctor, can I just give you your stuff so you can leave?" Mac, ever the gentleman, replies, "What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can be on my way?" In a twist that no one saw coming, Officer Hank, perhaps realizing he's not going to win this battle of wits, decides to take a chance on Mac. He hands back Mac's documents, and our hero is free to go, probably to deliver a now cold pizza. This shows that you don't have to be an FBI agent or cop to get rid of such situations. Just basic knowledge can help you in these kind of situations. The age-old battle of man versus parking spot. Larry, What's the legal scoop?
Parking wrong might get you a ticket, but not an interrogation. Mac used his rights correctly. Officer Hank, maybe stick to traffic duty.